everyone. Welcome to another episode of my podcast where we dive deep into the beauty and meaning behind timeless pieces of literature. I am your host, and today we'll be talking about two deeply emotional poems, Isang Punong Kahoy by Jose Corazon de Jesus and Happy Never After by Nick Joaquin. So both poems talk about life, love, and the quiet pain that comes with loss and acceptance. But even if they share these themes, they express very different emotions. One speaks through the silence of death, and the other through the ache of unfulfilled love. So let us now begin our reflection with Isang Punong Kahoy. So in this poem, Jose Corazon de Jesus compares himself to a tree that has gone through the cycle of life, once full of life and beauty, but it eventually dries up, falls, and becomes a cross that marks his grave. So there is a strong feeling of acceptance in this poem. It's melancholic but peaceful, as if the speaker has made peace with death. The emotions it expresses are sadness, loneliness, and resignation, but also a quiet sense of gratitude for having lived. So you can feel that the poet is reflecting on mortality, that everything in life, no matter how beautiful, must one day fade away. So now, let us shift our focus to the second poem, Happy Never After by Nick Joaquin. So while De Jesus looks at the end of life with calm acceptance, Joaquin explores the turmoil of the heart. So this poem is about love that cannot be fulfilled, about longing for someone who feels unreachable. So the tone in this poem is sad and hopeless, yet deeply passionate. Unlike the calm acceptance of Isang Punong Kahoy, Joaquin's poem shows a restless pain, the kind that keeps you awake at night wondering, what if? So the persona in the poem struggles with uncertainty. Will this love ever end, or will it remain an unfinished story? So there is a yearning for closure, so even if the ending hurts. So if we compare both poems, we can say that Isang Punong Kahoy expresses peaceful surrender to the inevitable, while Happy Never After expresses the agony of uncertainty in love. So one accepts the end, the other fears it. One finds peace in letting go, the other suffers from holding on. So it's amazing how two poets can speak about pain so differently. One though through serenity, the other through struggle, yet both touch something deeply human in us. So moving on to what I personally realized from both works, I think they reveal profound truths about life and love. Life, like the tree in the Jesus poem, goes through seasons. We grow, we bloom, and eventually we fade. So it teaches us to embrace the reality that everything has its time. Meanwhile, love, as portrayed by Joaquin, reminds us that not all stories have, of course, happy endings. Sometimes love means learning to accept the pain that comes with it, to love with guarantees, and to find strength in letting go. So both poems remind us that pain is part of being human, whether it's the pain of dying or the pain of unfulfilled love. But they also tell us that even in sadness, there's beauty, because it means we have truly lived and truly loved. Now, if I were to summarize each poem in one sentence, here's what I would say. For Isang Punong Kahoy, the message would be, life is a fleeting journey, but there is peace in accepting its end. And for the second poem, Happy Never After, I think I would say love isn't always about a happy ending, but about finding meaning even in heartbreak. So as we reach the end of this reflection, let's take a moment to appreciate how both poems, though written in different times and tones, remind us of the same truth, that life and love are never perfect but always meaningful. Both Isang, Punong Kahoy and Happy Never After teaches us to face our emotions bravely, whether that's acceptance, longing, or sorrow, because those emotions are proof that we are alive. So as we walk through our own lives, may we remember that endings don't always mean failure. Sometimes they're just part of a greater story that shapes who we are today. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode of my podcast. I hope this reflection helps you see the beauty and depth of these two remarkable poems. Until next time, take care and keep finding meaning in every moment.